What's going on, y'all? Just checking in. Um, like I said, making a video a day, you know, um, whatever it may be about, just talk, just chase my dreams, chase what I want, chase the reality that I want. And the way that I do that is by just going for it, improve 1% each day, you know. And with that being said, the message for today is like one way to improve is by moving out of your hometown, you know. That's a big one, and like I've heard that so many times in like my life and social media by other or from other people, but man, like I did it myself, and it's such a mindset switch, like I lived in New York, and the thing about New York is it's such a like a hustle culture, but it's also a place where it can keep you stagnant, you know. Like if you get stuck in a mode where like there's so many people, for example, that are homegrown and they never really experience the city the way others do, where like, foreign exchange students do, or like other college students do, that fly in from like a small town in some other like west, like whatever country, I mean whatever state they're from. um all these things are just, they do a massive thing to your mindset. Like growing up in the city, you're used to so many, like so much poverty and so much, like, just rudeness and just like sadness and depression, because it's such a high stress environment. It's always moving. um it's a great city, don't get me wrong, but like, there's also so much going on. And you gotta get used to that, and before you know it, you meet so many people that have, or were born and raised in the city like myself, but they never really got to experience the city the way others have, the way other wealthier people have. And it's one of those places where it's like, if you don't have it, you're not going to enjoy it, you're just going to exist. um and not only that, but like it kind of like makes you forget about what really matters, and in life. And what I mean by that is it's like your quality of life just stays at a certain level. Like I remember during COVID, luckily I had a car at the time. During COVID I drove everywhere. I didn't take the train, but I've seen so many people like during an epidemic taking the train. And I get that you don't have a choice because, well, you don't own a vehicle, and sometimes that's the easiest way to get to your job or wherever you need to go. But like, man, imagine like having to take the train to go to work because you're an essential worker, and like it's in the middle of an epidemic. Like imagine just someone being petty, coughing on their hands, and like, just rubbing their infected hands on like the poles or something, and you have no idea. And then all of a sudden, like, you're going home, or after you touch the pole without knowing you have COVID, and now you're spreading it to like the rest of your family members. Like that kind of sucks, and I feel for people like that like whoever went through that must have sucked. um then like, you kind of just are like in this mindset where you don't get exposed to like what's out there. Like if you live in an apartment, you're so used to being confined to that apartment. You confined to such a small space. Like the biggest example I can give is when like people go out of state and then they talk about how someone's like walk-in closet is so cool. It's a walk-in closet, bro. And I was one of those people. Like I was literally one of those people that were like, yo, this is a huge closet. This walk-in closet is dope. And now it's like I'm so accustomed to it. It's like whatever, it's just a closet. But if I were to go back to New York and like just, and what I mean by, like, obviously you can get a walk-in closet in New York, like you can get one anywhere, but like for the price that you get it for, no. Like the quality of food is so different that, just the health of the streets, like it's actually clean. It's clean. Like they actually take care of their roads, and I get that's due to like, overpopulation and like lack of space, and so many cars on the road on a daily basis. Like it's bound to happen, so I get it. But like not even that, it's just leaving your hometown is like, it does something to you because you get exposed to what's out there in the rest of the world. Like I live in Florida, and I see why people move out here. Like don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's gonna be another state that people move to, or like another city or whatever, but like there's a sense of freedom out here that you don't really experience in the city. Like there's this sense of like space. like the sense of like affluence, this wealth, like just imagine, and not even just the wealth or affluence, but just like the ability or the concept of like owning a home, and the fact that you get to see them everywhere, and like you get exposed to that, right? Like you don't have to make a ridiculous amount of money just to own a house. Now probably in this market you do, but way better than like in a city, I'll tell you that. you know um like if you and a partner hustle and really get down to it, like you guys could like really find something, and focus, and if it's just you, that's cool too. You could do it, but it's just the concept of like your mindset changing, your mind changing. I came down here and like all of these possibilities felt real, like, and from the smallest thing too. Like imagine, like for even from like the possible choice of what car you'd like to have. Like I have the space out here to even get myself a pickup truck if I work hard enough for it. Like New York, I didn't in the city, I didn't have, I mean, don't get me wrong, like you can find a way around it, but just like imagine parallel parking in New York City in a pickup truck. It's not going to be your everyday spot that you're going to find. You're going to be like, yeah, that's a spot. It's not going to be like everything you have to take into consideration because of the lack of space. And that's just an example of like just something small that I've noticed. But back to the mindset approach, it just changes so much. Like had I stayed in New York, I probably would have still been an EMT, working my butt off, doing overnights and like just doing things. And that's great, that's fine, being an EMT was awesome, but like I wouldn't have been, like my mindset would have still been the same, and now it's like I still feel lost in a sense, but at the same time my mind has expanded in so many other ways. Like I've grown in so many other ways that I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Like it's not worth, and at the end of the day, like when you really think about it, all you want to do in life is just to do what you want. Like if you could get compensated for what you'd like to do, that'd be like dope as hell. Like that'd be pretty cool. And even if it's not something that you'd like to do, at least you have the time freedom to like do what you want in life. And nowadays is like the easiest time ever to make money. And it's like, to me, it's always been a mindset thing. Like one thing that I was thinking about, that some, I forget who said it, but it was more about like hedging your risk rather than stressing about making your rent and stuff. Like don't get me wrong, like that's natural, and if you're in survival mode, you got to get yourself out. That's totally understandable. But just like imagine being in a place where you have this job or this this something that's bringing you money. Like let's say it's a job, and instead of saying, yo, I gotta make sure, like, I got enough for bills, so on and so forth, and then that's it, like you kind of just stop there. Like instead think about like hedging your risk, like covering your bills. Think about it as like you cover your bills, you cover your expenses, and then everything else you could risk. But because you paid your bills, because you paid everything that you owe, you bought yourself another month to take risks and just start swinging it, at above you, like beyond you. Like learn a trade, learn a skill, learn something, go work out. Like look at how many people are getting fit and they're getting paid for it, or at least getting attention for it, in social media. Like legit, like if you're a guy, like imagine what you can do with that, just for just being you. That gives you the utmost confidence ever, because not only are you treated like differently by other people, but you're getting compensated for it. If you want to be, that's nuts. That is nuts. And if you're a girl, man, it's even worse if you're a girl. It's even more insane if you're a girl, because it's women's appearance is more, I guess, not catered to, but just like I don't know, they just get more attention, I guess. So imagine just going to the gym and just like building an ass. Like not even joking, just like build one, and like imagine the amount of like not only attention but just what you can do with that. Like how many fitness content creators are there that like just get compensated and get sponsorships and do all these things just for being themselves, just for prioritizing being healthy and like doing all these things, or like other people that just like not even that, but just like there's so many other ways to, you know, to just like, oh, I gotta move my car. To just grow, you know. Like it's not, life is simple, but it's not easy. That's for sure, you know. Like it's, but that's the thing though, you know. It's that's why we see so many people that are so successful and they're not the wisest people, you know, out there. And that's okay. Like you don't need to be nowadays. That's fine. But it's just like me personally, I want it, man. I want it all. Like, and everyone should too, you know. Like, so like I said, mental shift. Move out of your hometown. Get out. Go to a place that you'd really like to go to. That's not too expensive. Just go. Just go. And you'll see. Like, if you have the opportunity to go, just go. If you can't, that's okay. You know, you got to make best with what you got. And we've all been there, you know. But keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. You know, the life that we want is literally like already a reality when you think about it. Like the fact that you brought it into existence by thinking about it is already a possibility. You know, like if you envision yourself owning a certain car or owning a certain house or an apartment or a penthouse, like it's possible. It's the same thing as like owning a pair of shoes or a pair of sneakers or a watch or like a shirt or like something. Like if you envision yourself to have these things, you can literally have them. It just, you know, obviously the higher the value of said item or said experience or whatever, like the more work you have to put in to get it. But it's like it's literally all there. It's literally all there. Like it's all possible. Like just, and that's the thing that we just get so caught up on, you know, like, man, I'm ready. So, you know, this is my check-in video. Let's get it, guys, you know. Gotta keep going, gotta keep going. I did my workout today. Today was pole day. Real sore today. And I consumed about 3,700 calories. So, yeah. But that's okay. I'm doing great, you know. I'm healthy, you know. There can be so many things that can go much better for me, but all I can say is that I'm grateful. You know, I'm healthy. I don't have health issues at the moment. I'm so grateful for like life, period, for the opportunity to just wake up another day and say I have a chance to change my life. You know, like your life can change in like a year, 6 months, 2 years. You know, like I remember when I was like 20s, like mid 20s, I think I was like, I thought I was a failure, you know. I thought I was like a complete failure, and it made me kind of give up on myself. And instead of just trying, I wasted so much time. But in reality, like, you know, what happens if you like grow a few years older? You're still gonna grow. You're not gonna delay, you know, like your age is not gonna stop from continuing, you know, like you're gonna keep aging is what I mean. And no matter what, like whatever you decide to do with that time will keep going, you know, so you might as well do it, really. Man, move out of your hometown is one of the biggest things I can say. Move out. Leave when you can. Man, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. And drop a like, comment, you know, it really helps. Yeah, I'm just starting off, but you know, this is a fun time. I'm having fun with this. I'm just keeping myself in check, you know, holding myself accountable. And with, you know, the more videos that, you know, I start posting, I'm gonna kind of just involve you guys more, you know, just so that I can look back at all this at some point in time. That's my real goal about, you know, with all this, to just look back at it and say, yo, this is where I was at, like, at this point in time in my life. You know, I documented this. So until next time, guys, peace.